This is Ring the Damn Bell, your weekly shot of Sixers news, stories, and heartbreak. Let's go trust the neighbors.
Hey, buddy, what a shitty night. I'll tell you what.
We don't
usually
do a Saturday morning podcast, but we were so upset about what's going on with the state of the Sixers right now. We said we got to talk about this.
Well, you know, we're 0-2 on a long homestand now. I think it's a 6-game homestand, and we lost the first 2 to Cleveland. I'll tell you honestly, I didn't expect us to win both. I thought we'd split, and I thought the first game we got blown out. Okay, you flush that one. That's a Glenn Rivers scheduled loss, right? Because his first game back from a homestand. Okay, they played shitty that game. That's fine. I love the way they came back in the second game. The energy was there. The spacing was good. The shooting was decent. We'll talk about Maxey a little bit as we get along, but man, his fourth quarter collapse, it felt like old times again. And damn, it pissed me off. When you're up by 7 with 3 minutes to go, you should not lose the game. You don't go on a 13-4.
Do you know why this loss? They split with the Raptors. They lost 2 to the Cavs. But do you know why these losses, these last three losses out of the 4 games, is so critical? We were on the heels of slipping into 4th place. Yep. Now the split with the Raptors and the 2 losses to the Cavaliers, we dropped down to 7th. Both of those teams we played against was critical for us to move up in the East. These horrible losses, I don't know what they're doing, drop them down to 7th. Now they're a play-in team. And this is what pisses me off is that I thought we, again, got over the hump. I thought we figured out who we are and what we're doing. And now they dropped another bad egg last night, especially against the Cavs when they're up by 11 in the 4th.
And no Darius Garland.
Garland.
You know, it was such I'll tell you what, we'll get into some of the details and talk about what happened last night in the collapse.
No, I know. How did Donovan Mitchell only score? He only had 13 points.
Well, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Jalen Tyson, who no one knows, scored 39.
Well, let's just go to the topics today. Yeah, okay. We'll talk. You know what? I'll tell you what. Donovan dropped 35 on us in the first game, right? Yep. Donovan is on the first chance. They made some nice adjustments on Donovan. They doubled him last night. They kept the ball out of his hands. They denied him. They did a great job.
But
Jalen Tyson, they turned Jalen Tyson into Michael Jackson. They never doubled him last night. They let him just go off.
I'm trying to understand also why the Cavaliers
Michael Jordan
50% from 3. Okay, so your game plan is to double Donovan Mitchell. So what's your other schemes?
Exactly.
Where they pass off to other players. And Evan Mobley is all of a sudden Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's a great player. But against the Sixers, he's doing something amazing. And you said Darius Garland isn't playing. What's going on there?
Hey, as you rant, did I say Michael Jackson?
You said Michael Jordan, I believe.
I don't know if I did. We'll have to go back and replay. But anyway, yeah, exactly, Sanoj. How do you not make the adjustment? You got a guy with an incredibly hot hand. The guy can't miss. What did he shoot? I mean, I know you have all the stats here. What did Jalen? I'm gonna be honest. I'd never heard of Jalen Tyson before last night. I mean,
he's 13 from 17 field goals and 7 from 9 from the 3.
So how can you
Jalen Tyson?
Yeah, he's not Stephen Curry.
Let him. John. So pick your poison, Sixers. Are you going to have bad perimeter defense on the 3? Or are you going to have bad interior defense down low? You can't have both. Pick one at least, Nick Nurse. What are you doing?
Well, you know what?
You texted me yesterday about a lineup that you were like, what the F is Nick Nurse doing? What was that lineup? Do you remember?
It was, I think it was the beginning of the 3rd. It was KO. It was Dembona. It was
Jabari Walker, Quentin Grimes.
Jabari Walker, Quentin Grimes,
and
I think Maxey was in too. But I don't know. How do you? What kind of lineup is that? I know how do you not have VJ, PG, or Joel, who's having a great game? How do you have none of them on the floor at one point in time?
We know that Maxey plays a ton of minutes, and not every game is going to be an explosive 35 points. But by the 4th quarter, he was gassed. He was trying everything he could, but he only had 22 points. For a lot of players is great. For Maxey, it's underwhelming.
Well, you said he shot 9 for 23 last night.
9 for 23. He's tired.
I'll make this point. I made this point. I think I made this point about the first game, but we went up. We controlled the game. We basically won this game. We won 45 minutes of the game, right? We lost the
We
last.
had an 11-point lead in the fourth.
We had an 11-point lead in the fourth. 11-point leads, though, in the NBA can evaporate very quickly, right? Now, 18, 20-point leads are much more difficult to overcome because, you go on a little run, you call timeout, you get the momentum back, and stuff like that. We had so many opportunities to blow the game open to an 18 to 20-point lead. And Maxey had so many mid-range misses that, I'm going to lay it on Maxey's. Maxey's can't let how you lay there, Max. Maxey had a bad. If we had a normal Maxey last night, you blow the lead up to 18, 20 points, and you don't have that issue. But again, I don't know. This is just a really, really, really bad loss.
It's incredibly easy. It's always easier to throw the head coach under the bus and say it's the coach, or the players don't have heart or whatever. In this situation, I am specifically saying Nick Nurse. I don't know what he's putting out there. We say, okay, so we're going to double Donovan Mitchell and take away his 35 points. He only scored, I think it was 13 points. So now Jalen Tyson all of a sudden had a career high against the Sixers. This is a joke that I make all the time, John. Why do career nights of other teams always against the Sixers?
It seems like it happens all the time.
These guys you never heard of tear us up. I don't get it.
Well, we talk about we're calling this state of emergency, right? That and I'll tell you what. Did you listen to Nick's his post game news conference? I mean,
Nick Nurse.
No. Yeah.
I saw his usual looking upset.
Well, my problem is I didn't get the sense of urgency. We played a really good game up until the last 3 minutes. What the hell is that? I mean, that's a coaching issue. You got to play all 48 minutes of a basketball game. In the NBA, you can't collapse like that. And it's becoming a pattern with this team. I mean, it was a hell of a pattern last year. It happened over and over and over again. I thought we were kind of beyond that.
Last year was a throwaway season. It was horrible. Now we have our big three playing. We have a really nice rookie, but I think VJ was kind of quiet yesterday. He didn't do too much. He's getting kind of a little burned by Donovan, but that's Donovan's
playing Donovan Mitchell. I mean, yeah.
That's a tough assignment. But every time we keep saying roller coaster ride, and I think we reached the apex and we finally found ourselves, and then boom. And I'm very upset that we're very close to getting into the fourth spot. Very close, like you keep saying. We're going to land in the fourth. The East Coast is the East Division is wide open, and we just drop to the seventh seed just like that. Yes, they can climb back up possibly, but if we don't know who we are, if we don't have drawn out plays, if we don't have schemes, if we're getting burned on the perimeter, interior, mid-range, everything we're doing, it doesn't make sense. We have the talent. We just said Joel resurrected his career. Beginning of the season, I really thought he was done. And now he's coming back and showing his former self. And I'm like, okay, we got this. And now this.
Sanoj, I think it really comes down to coaching. We've now played 10 or 11 games with a healthy roster. And you said, and Joel is kind of like the old Joel again, right? I mean,
yes.
He's not just settling for perimeter threes. He's taking the ball to the basket. He's playing bully ball. Nick Nurse, the excuses are gone now. For 2.5 years, it's been, I don't have a full roster, I mean, and
there is validity to that. There is.
And there is a lot of validity to that, but the excuses are gone. And to me, I just don't see, whether it's what rotations you're running, keeping fresh legs, whatever, you're not on a back-to-back, right? You're back-to-back games, but you had a day in between.
At home. How do you allow that how do you allow a 13-4 run in the last 3 minutes of the game? And a game that you've controlled 45 minutes of. I don't Mobley, I think it was Tyson that dumped off that assist to Mobley underneath the basket. 4.8 seconds left for the easiest basket I have ever seen.
Again,
now, this takes me to something a point you made on our last episode, John, is that Jay Huff. Do we make a move for Jay Huff? And I was kind of in between. I don't know. I think we need to do something. I think we need to make a move now because Adem Bona is my personal bright spot. Yesterday, he was a lot of fun to watch, just all over the place and all that good stuff. But our interior defense is so bad. We need to make a move. We need to do something. Nothing drastic, nothing big, because there's nothing drastic or big we can do because of the contracts that we have. I think bring Jay Huff in.
If I agree. I don't know if Indiana's going to do it, but
it's just a wish
completely agree.
list.
Yeah,
A reasonable wish list because no one is going to take Paul George's contract.
We're going to see Jay Huff on Monday.
Yep.
Good point. And I'll tell you the other thing. We had tickets to the game. Barb, my wife is feeling a little under the weather, so we didn't go last night. We sold the tickets, and actually, I'm glad they sold. I feel better for whoever bought them. If somebody bought tickets in section 114, row 5, you know what?
I'm gonna push back on that. First of all, you're nice enough to offer me the tickets, but I just couldn't go. I had too much stuff going on, so thank you for that. But going to the game, even when they lose, one thing I will say, the ambiance at Sixers game is so much fun. The vibe down there is wonderful. The pulsating music, the energy. Like, I love everything about going to the game. It's just tough getting down there sometimes when you have a hectic schedule. But yes, the loss sucks and all of that. But I'll personally speak to you, and I've been in a bunch of games, especially you. Like, getting down there is a pain in the butt. But once you're there, it's great. Like, it's such a great. I always call it my home away from home. Like, it's just my happy place. Now,
no, it's fun. That's like date night for my wife and I. I mean, we typically will go to dinner in the in Prime Point Social before the game, and then have it's great. It's a great environment. We love it. It is tough to get down there. Sometimes, at game time, traffic can be tough too. We digress a little bit, but back when it was
called Adrian's, you and I would split a smash burger, and the first and the first couple bites are really good, but then it's just very salty.
It's very salty.
Their food is very salty.
I hope some of the Sixers brass are watching this. Maybe the management of Prime Point Social has become a huge podcast. All we want is a regular salad and that friggin'.
Set us up. We're overlooking the stadium to do a podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Are you listening, Jake? We know between us who Jake is.
Our buddy Jake. Yeah,
Jake.
Come on a pod. Yeah.
So I also we didn't touch on this last episode, but we just had that very sting of a Eagles playoff loss, and that stung.
Yeah,
then the thing was right after that Eagles loss was the Raptors Sixers game, and it was kind of like, all right, Sixers will win this, and they lost that game. This has been a tough week in Philadelphia.
That was a rough Sunday, or was it Saturday?
I'll
tell you what, go back, talk a little bit of Eagles, and I'll tell you what really pissed me off was the last game of the season when you had the opportunity for a number 2 seed and you rest your starters. So you could have a home game. You could have a home game against the Packers. Instead, you're playing the 49ers.
But if we had an injury, then we're crucified for it. So it's just kind of like,
but you still have a lot to play for. When you're playing for position like that, I think you still have something to play for. It's not like it mattered. It mattered.
It matters. I hear what you say, but I think 9 out of 10 times you sit your players. You can't risk an injury going into the playoffs.
That's why.
But I hear what you're saying. It's kind of in between. It's tough. It's a tough one.
That's why I'm not the head coach.
Yeah,
I'm not Nick Sirianni.
You know how there's a lot of anger for me this morning, John, for several reasons. First of all, it's snowing. It's beautiful outside. The fresh snow is laid in our neck of the woods, and that's not even calming down. Because John, what happened to us in our own neighborhood this week?
Oh man,
we had the Eagles loss. We had the Sixers slip into the 7th, and the HOA tells you and I take down our Christmas wreaths. Get out of here.
Can you believe that? Here we have these. It's a beautiful development. Sanoj and I live 50 feet apart from each other, and we both take really good care of our property.
All I'm saying is that we're in our second week of January, and we have a Christmas wreath and poinsettias outside.
Yeah.
And they told us, first you told me they told you to take down your wreaths, and then a couple of days later I get it, and I send you the email, and I say,
they threatened me. Yeah, they threatened me. So any of our neighbors out there watching this,
our next podcast is going from the HOA jail. Live from the HOA jail.
That's right. Yeah. But anyway, very, very frustrating that we get a threatening email because we had wreaths up on our windows for more than 2 weeks after the holidays. But we digress. Nothing to do with the Sixers, but it was fun.
I'm just getting all my frustration out on the Saturday.
It is good. That's what
it's not a work day. I have some time to.
This is a therapy session.
Yes. Anyway, we got the Pacers on Monday. We should win that game.
We should win, although the Pacers are playing good basketball now, so we'll see.
Get a look at Jay Huff, maybe a few.
I'll have to talk to. We're going to be at the game Monday. We're supposed to be, so we'll see. I'll go down and I'll talk to Daryl and see what I can do with respect to that trade.
Make it happen.
We'll see. But anyway, frustrating. I'll tell you what. If we if we lose against the Pacers, we can't afford a losing streak right now.
We're not gonna. Just how did we do well all season? Like we kind of kept pace and kept going up. Now the big three is here and they were doing well, and now we're in 7th place. Yeah. How did we go on the heels of 4th down to 7th with our big three playing?
Pretty frustrating. I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know how you let Jalen Tyson become Michael Jordan. I'm going to say I'll throw a little bit of positive on
Jalen Tyson, right? Yeah,
Jalen Tyson. I'll throw a little positive. I mean, I do like the way they did make adjustments. They came out strong. They controlled the game. But man, you can't allow a fourth quarter collapse like that. You have to keep your foot on their neck the entire game. In the NBA, you cannot let down. And man, I'll tell you what.
I mean, that's a known fact. Tell Nick Nurse that. Maybe he doesn't know.
I don't know. Almost felt like we had Glenn Rivers there last night, but we'll see. Milwaukee. Milwaukee's they're in 11th place right now.
They've been winning a little bit, even though they're in 11th. And I'm surprised Giannis didn't ask for a trade. Oh, one thing I kept meaning to mention. One thing I do appreciate about Joel Embiid, as much as trials and tribulations he's been with the Sixers, a lot of it not out of his doing. The Sixers he's never requested a trade, so I appreciate that about him.
No, and you see a lot of things on social media how he is very committed to ending his career in Philly and wants to.
I don't know how much that is just public lip service, because there's a lot of that going on. You say the right things and then you request a trade, but he's never done it, which I'm very surprised.
Never heard him overtly say it, and whether those social media posts are real or not, we'll see. Some of them not even real. Yeah. But we'll see, Sanoj. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
We're real. We keeping it real.
We are real, and people should subscribe to this channel, don't you think? I think they should.
Hey,
let me say this, Sanoj. Excuse me. Everybody has to subscribe to our channel on all the podcast platforms, because if you don't, Sanoj gets very depressed. And
listen,
man, I'll tell you what,
I'm going to be out. I'm taking my aggression out on shoveling today. I'll see you out there, and we'll be shoveling, and we'll talk.
You shovel my sidewalk too?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I have the plug-in blower right now. I'm not upgrading to an electric yet. Battery.
There you go.
I don't know.
All right, brother. Well, look, that's I guess that'll kick it for today. We'll see what happens Monday. You have a great rest of the weekend.
This was therapeutic.
It was. I'll see you around the neighborhood.
See you around the homestead.
It was nice seeing you the other day. We came in. I was on the phone with AC Mike when I saw you out there walking your dog.
My man AC. Love some AC Mike.
Been working with Mike on his website, and we're going to get that up. So looking forward to doing more work with him. And
nice. By the way, I blocked the Sixers symbol on purpose because I don't even look at it.
Mike just texted me, by the way. So Mike, when you're watching this podcast, I'm looking at your text right now. I'll respond to you in a minute. But anyway,
all right.
There you go. All right, buddy.
All right.
See what happens Monday. Thanks. This is John for Ring the Damn Bell.
This is Sanoj.
You guys stay healthy out there. Stay safe for those of you who have snow, and
subscribe.
Let's get a win on Monday, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, everybody.
Later.
See ya.